Hello friends, thank you so much for joining me here at Not Toxic Have. I'm glad you're here. We hear from a lot of people, and I think this is important to address as to where to begin to improve your health, because I think that some people are overwhelmed, and I understand. I completely get it, all right? Once you realize that almost everything you've been told is good for you is actually bad for you, and everything's a lie, and you get online and just everything's propaganda, well, I understand. Okay, so where do you begin to improve your health? I validate this is overwhelming to start. So let me help you simplify it a bit. First, address what's going in your body, your food. Consider your food. You want it to be nutrient dense. That means you want it to be grown in healthy soil. If you have the ability to forage from an uncontaminated area, and from plants that have not been sprayed, then weeds, wild edibles are typically very nutrient dense. That's a very good place to start. Or the USDA organic label is not what we're told. It is better than conventional agriculture, but it's still not nutrient dense, generally speaking, unless the specific farms are abiding by particular standards that typically would be considered beyond organic. Now, most of what we buy food-wise locally, actually nothing we buy locally is certified organic because it's so expensive. And so the USDA organic label has been corporatized. In other words, it's all about the money. And so it's going to be difficult to obtain actual nutrition from that sort of thing. But still, it is better. Organic still is better. But, I've got a video on homesteading in which I share some of my favorite books on gardening and things like that. But, since I have recorded that video, we've had additional issues with plants, and upon further reflection, I would recommend actually starting with wild edibles. Plant some wild edibles, plant some dock, which is a noxious weed, even though it sustained countless people through the Great Depression, and it's edible, and it's nutritious, and there's all sorts of other things. There's wild sorrel, dandelion, which people are always angry about dandelion in their yards and their lawns. Grow dandelions, not grass. You can eat dandelions. Actually, you can eat grass as well. But if you are concerned about food, I've got an article on the website, Creative Food Sources, amidst food shortages. So that should help you out with that. Remember, no fear. No fear, all right? So it's going in your body. Food's going in your body. Water is going in your body. Now, a lot of people will declare that drinking distilled water will demineralize you. It will suck the minerals out of your bones and you'll die a miserable, horrible death. That is propaganda at its finest, my friends. Are you deficient in synthetic minerals and vitamins? Because I'm not. Unless you are a synthetic life form, then you are not deficient in synthetic vitamins and minerals, and that's what's in our water supply. So distilled water removes those synthetic, unnecessary, toxic minerals and vitamins, as well as a number of chemicals too. I will link below to the distiller that we use. I do not currently have an inline recommendation, a recommendation for an inline water filtration system, because the company that we used to recommend, I no longer recommend. So part of the Gershon protocol to cure cancer is actually drinking distilled water, by the way. I do not tolerate drinking any distilled bottled water. So for example, I tried purchasing distilled water before buying a water distiller and drinking that, and I could not tolerate it. I reacted very badly. So I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's that the plastic leached or what. I don't think it was that. I think it was something in their processing or an additive or who knows what. Also, what's going in your body besides food and water, pharmaceuticals. Now, obviously, this is not medical information or advice. Consult your doctor. This has not been evaluated by the FDA. However, pharmaceuticals are chemicals, okay? Those are literally chemicals. So you're putting chemicals in your body. Even if you're taking, for example, a mold-derived antibiotics such as penicillin, typically there's more to it than just penicillin, and thus a lot of canaries, if they need medication, have to get their medication from a compounding pharmacy. But if you're taking an antibiotic such as penicillin, which of course is more natural, that's going to destroy your gut bacteria. So you have to build your gut back up. So pharmaceuticals, even supplements, a lot of supplements have a lot of fillers and such that are unhealthy. They are detrimental to your health. So that's problematic. By the way, if you take supplements that are necessary for your survival, I would suggest stocking up a little bit, if possible, if you can afford it. If not, then no fear. Do your best. All right. Just trust that you'll be taken care of. But the war on natural options is continuing, at least in the U.S. government, and probably elsewhere as well. I don't know. I don't live elsewhere. I love you if you live elsewhere. So you can see my first article on the website on Pharmakeia. 30 years of it screwed me over. So yes, I speak out about it. Yes, I speak negatively about it because it was unnecessary, completely unnecessary. I take nothing chemical today, nothing. And that is even though I have anaphylaxis sometimes, because there are natural alternatives to epinephrine. You can search that on our website. There are actually quite a few alternatives to epinephrine. I didn't even list them all because I don't know them all. But good luck finding research on that online these days, because it's being so scrubbed, that information. For me, the issue with pharmaceuticals, of course, goes back to when I was a baby. Be sure to read the bottle of what you're putting in your body. So first, to improve your health, consider what's going in your body. Food, water, supplements, pharmaceuticals. Secondly, consider what is going on your body. Lotion, makeup. I do not recommend any brand of makeup. I recommend making it from food, or contacting some of the makers on Etsy, because some people make actually natural, truly natural, non-toxic products on Etsy. But a lot of them use things that I would not recommend. All right, I do not wear any makeup. Absolutely, positively not. If you don't like how I look, then you can go fly a kite. I don't care. I got more things to think about than how I look. I actually just chopped my hair off last night. So, chop. And obviously I care a whole lot about appearance. If you are just so focused on appearance that you can't go without makeup, then you might want to start questioning why. You need to focus on your inner person and who you are inside, because that will make all the difference in the world in your actual beauty. So what goes on your body? Lotion. I've got an article on our website, a recipe for magnesium butter, to make magnesium butter. Highly recommend that. Instead of lotion, you can use coconut oil, you can use olive oil, you can use other food grade oils. And I know there are lots of people who have recipes for making your own lotion from food grade ingredients as well. If you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. It absorbs everything you put on it. Be careful of what you're putting on your body because it's going in your body. Soap, got an article on soap on the website. You can go search for that. Shampoo, also got an article on shampoo on the website. Body wash, all of these things, these personal care products, all of them are toxic. If you go to the drugstore and buy them, you're gonna find toxins. That's just the fact. You're gonna poison yourself using these products. Deodorant, oh man. Antiperspirant, do not buy anything that is an antiperspirant, please. Your body needs to sweat. That's one of the major methods in which it detoxes. If it can't sweat, you're gonna end up with clogged detox pathways and you're gonna be sick. So please don't use antiperspirant for any reason. Deodorant, most deodorant these days, they're coming out and saying, oh, our deodorant is aluminum free. And there's one so-called natural one that advertises these days. I don't know anything about it really, but they say, oh, it's aluminum free and baking soda free. Baking soda free? Baking soda is a healthy product. Baking soda is good. Why would it be a good thing for it to be baking soda free? That doesn't make any sense to me. But there are all sorts of things you can use for deodorant. Some people use magnesium spray. You can make your own magnesium. It's actually magnesium oil, but magnesium oil is kind of weird. It feels weird, like to touch. It's different. It's kind of a mixture between an oil and a water-based thing. When you touch it, it's different. If you have used it, then you know what I'm talking about. But some people use that on their pets and as a deodorant. Ladies, for me anyways, it burns if I do that. Now, myself personally, I don't wear deodorant anymore, even though, for example, in the summer, like right now, I sweat. And I have a little bit of a smell, but since I don't take pharmaceuticals, I'm not exposed to chemicals hardly at all. I eat clean, nutrient-dense food. My water is distilled. There's not much for me to detox these days, okay? So if you don't have much to detox, then you're not gonna really smell. You can also make your own homemade deodorant from, say, if you tolerate coconut oil, from coconut oil and baking soda. I did that years and years and years ago, and that worked well. There's also deodorant, I can't remember, the crystal deodorant. I did use that quite some time ago, and excuse me. Crystal deodorant does work if you do it right, but maybe it works for 8 hours, maybe for one. So that's one drawback. And the other drawback is that you absolutely have to make sure that your skin is clean. If your skin has bacteria on it, you can't just use it to refresh during the day. That won't work, because then you still got the bacteria there. Your skin has to be clean when you use it, when you use a crystal deodorant. And then also, if your skin isn't clean, then you're going to transfer the bacteria to your crystal deodorant, and then your crystal deodorant's going to stink. I made that mistake years ago when I was learning how to use it. And so that's another one. I used Burt's Bees. If you have to have your fragrance, which of course in this case would be an essential oil, years and years ago, I used that Burt's Bees deodorant, which did have a pleasant scent, and it had essential oils in it, which I do not recommend essential oils, because essential oils are simply concentrated plant VOCs. And VOCs are, of course, volatile organic compounds, which are something we generally want to avoid. But it does work. And there are other things as well, other natural options for deodorant as well. So once you've addressed what goes in your body, and then you've addressed what goes on your body, then you would be looking beyond that. Excuse me, I don't know what's got me. So cleaning products are a very easy thing to address. Take all your purchased cleaning products and just throw it in the trash, and that includes the so-called natural cleaners. Got an article on the website for laundry. laundry soap. This is a soap. It's not a detergent, so you don't need a ton of it. It's a soap. Do you know it actually cleans your clothes? Because it's not the detergent that actually cleans the clothes. It's the agitation. But the soap does help, and it will save you tons of money. That laundry soap is going to save you tons of money. We use baking soda. We use homemade vinegar. Maybe a little bit of food grade hydrogen peroxide now and then, very rarely. I use soap. I use hot water. And I think that's all. Also liquid soap, which I make myself from a bar that was specifically made for liquid soap. That's all I make. I mean, that's all. And now, of course, you don't have to go to that extent. You don't have to make your own soap. By the way, I recommend canary whiskers specifically, but I've got an article on soap on the website in which there's a number of options, and canary whiskers is a bit expensive, but it is truly fragrance free. If you're struggling to find truly fragrance free soap, go there. Also, they're canaries as well, so easy to work with if you've got extensive issues, and latex safe as well. That's besides making your own soap, you're not going to find any soap that's safer from a latex allergy perspective than Canary Whiskers brand soap. And I want them to stay in business. So what else? Cleaning. We've already addressed cleaning products. Vacuums. If you got a latex allergy or want to avoid toxic latex, I do not have a recommendation for vacuums, but I do have an extensive article. If you search vacuums on our website with here are all the companies that I contacted, here are their responses. And nobody's safe. So we do not have a vacuum. But if you need something, if you, for example, can't get down on your knees and you don't want to use a wringer mop, you can search our website for, can't remember what it's called, a steam mop. There is one that is safe from a latex allergy perspective that I've got on an article on our website. But candles, don't burn candles unless you got a power outage and you don't have any other options. Don't spray air fresheners. Please trash those. Anything with fragrance, perfume, of course you're putting on your body, but those sorts of things, you can't most likely do much about your building materials of, where you live, that sort of thing. But I can tell you that if you are considering changing your floor, you do not want carpet. We've got all sorts of information on building materials if you're looking at remodeling or that sort of thing on our website. And also you can always reach out and send us a quick email. But be sure to add nontoxichome@protonmail.com to your safe list, to your contact list from whatever email you use, because sometimes we get blacklisted because we are simply sharing actual facts and information. So, where do you start to improve your health? Focus on what's going in: food, water, pharmaceuticals, supplements. Secondly, what goes on your body? Everything that goes on your body. Also, clothing is something that I didn't mention. Clothing also is against your skin, right? It's against your skin. So your skin's going to absorb chemicals from your clothing. So if you have the funds, I do recommend going to our website and searching for clothing, because that could improve your health. You might actually be itching all the time and not even realize it because it's your normal. I didn't realize it. I itched for years and I didn't even realize that I was itchy all the time until I tried one outfit that was latex safe, and I was shocked. That happened in 2012. And organic, organic is what we recommend, and I go through in that extensive article everything that we own from these two companies, because most companies that say they're organic and all these sorts of things aren't quite what you would hope. So I hope this has benefited you. If so, please give this button a like and share it with someone. I really appreciate it when you share our information, because we of course have comments shut off on some of our platforms because we can't keep up with questions on them, and because we were getting all of this spam that we couldn't keep up with, and people were afraid of just watching a video because all the spam crazy pants porn links that were, apparently we attract that sort of thing in our videos. So apologize for that. I also apologize that you can't make a comment on our blog. I would love if you could. You used to be able to, but GoDaddy website builder, apparently hardly anybody else was using that besides us. So they deactivated that option. But you can still reach out to us, and we've also got MeWe groups, which will be linked below on our, as far as where our streaming platforms are at. Like if you're watching this on YouTube or BitChute or Rumble or our Freedom Tube, or I forgot there's somewhere else that Odyssey. If you're watching on any of those channels, look below and you'll see links to the MeWe groups, which we do not monitor. We do not answer questions in there, but there are people who do answer questions that are helpful and nice and all things wonderful. So if you're in those groups and you're one of the wonderful people in there, then thank you for being there, and thank you for helping people and loving people. Much love to you. You got this. Take control of your health, take control of your environment, take control of your choices, and your body will benefit. Thank you so much for being here. Have a most beautiful and blessed day. Non-toxic out, y'all.